Hey, Arthur here, giving you a crash course on how to do locks and keys in UEFN. So, this is somewhat of a complete version of it. It's quite simple. You just need three components for it. First of all, you need a cell door. So any kind of door, you'd really. I'm just using this bunker wall cell, so you can grab that. You have some options. You can choose if it's a sliding door. You can choose how it's opening. But we just need to have it on default, and to be able to lock the door, we need this kind of doorknob thingy called lock device. You can find that under, so like you can see here, Fortnite has a whole category called device. I'm pretty sure you can just look it up here. Right here. So the logic of this, it's simple, but it needs some, I don't know, it's kind of weird. You just need to stick it on here. You stick it near the door, and that they're bound to each other. It's based on location, and you can choose if it's locked or unlocked in the beginning. Let's just have it locked so we can test if it's working. So how it really works, you can use a lot of different things to trigger it. Now we're using a collectible. We're using a collectible so that when you collect the thing, it unlocks the door. It's like a key. It's like a key card situation. We'll just have a collectible. That's a whole class on its own, and we can throw here. So I'll just have a coin sitting here, or we could also have a switch. Not a switch, a trigger to do the same exact thing. How do you get these things connected? So let's go over to the lock device. So you see the lock device 2. Let's give it a better name. Let's give it a let's do that. Get to the actually the naming convention doesn't really matter. I mean, you need to have a good naming convention, but name it whatever you want, as long as you can find it. This is not a good practice. You might want to a lot of times do a, if you're, let's say you're doing a key card situation, you want to probably like include all of them in a folder. So you can select all that and just say key and lock. Right. And let's go to the device, go to the lock door device, the lock device, and say it unlocks when you collect the door open collectible. Uncollected. Okay. And now you can also bind it to, let's give it another category. This is just called trigger. Let's move that trigger in here. We can say when you're on trigger, it also unlocks. And you can check these references back at the device itself as well. So if you go under here, on collected, there's one event, but you cannot really change much on here. You can only edit it from one side. And let's give it a run. So you gotta push changes. Sometimes it takes a while, sometimes it takes like about 3 minutes. So, or it just works. Dang. Pretty fast this time around. I think we gotta wait 3 minutes. Well, I'm not gonna sit here and have it run for 3 minutes. I'll show you how it looks and edit into the video.